It's April and I've got some fun cardio for us today. No equipment needed, so let's go. All right, Killer Bees, let's go ahead and get moving and grooving. And that means that we're getting started with some arm circles with high knees. Oh my gosh. And yes, I am already grunting. You guys, welcome to the workout. I'm Paula B. I'm your best middle-aged fitness friend. And around here, we are all about making peace with your menopausal body by finding a healthy weight and moving in ways that make I feel like self-love. And I was already thinking about the next thing that I was going to say, which is I was going to make a joke about how sometimes that both of those things feel like a little bit of grunting because, oh my goodness. I don't know about you, but I have not been moving at all today. Is it early morning for you, or have you been sitting at your desk for the entirety of the day like I have been? Yes, so sometimes that means there's a little bit of grunting when we get going. But you guys, today is going to be so much fun for me because I love cardio. If you don't love cardio, I'm going to do my best to make this one fun for us anyways, just because that's what I do around here. I do my best to make sure that you're having a good time, because when you are having fun, it is one of the best ways to be able to stick with any kind of an exercise program. Let's go ahead and do some booty kickers with arm crossers. Oh my gosh, which already reminds me that I've got okay, you guys, welcome to April. Today is probably April 1st or the 8th or the, whatever that would be, 15th? Something else? I don't even know. I don't even know how to do math on a calendar. Point being, if this is the first time that you have done this video, I have a new exercise for us today, which was something that we talked about during the month of March when I made a mistake, and then everybody commented on it and thought it was hilarious. And so here we are today with a brand new exercise that we're not going to start with, but I am already looking ahead to it. We're going to be doing butter kickers today. And if you don't know what that is, please, please, please don't worry. If you're brand new around here, hi, welcome. I have very strange names for the exercises, and yes, I talk a lot, literally the entire time we're working out. Don't let that worry you. Anyways, you guys, here's what it looks like today. I've got pairs of exercises, and then we're going to rest after that pair, and it is a repeating, no repeat kind of workout. So we're going to do a pair of exercises, and then we're going to rest, and then we're going to do that same pair again, and then we're going to rest, and then we're going to move on. The interval timer here, my handy dandy gym boss, is set for 20 seconds. Let's go ahead and do some welcome to my homes. Oh my gosh, stretch out your shoulders, stretch out your abs, start working on your balance a little bit by stepping back like this. It gets me every time, you guys. Around here, I mean, the whole making peace with your menopausal body. Around here, what that means for me is that sometimes I'm going to be wobbling and bobbling. Sometimes I'm going to be really uncoordinated. Sometimes I'm going to be trying new things, and it's either going to work out or it's not. Don't you worry about it. I'm going to have a fun time no matter what we do. You guys, because there is some rest built in, there's not always, because there is some rest built in today, we're going to take this obviously at a pace that you can manage. We're trying to aim for moderate pace today, but we also don't really have to be like 100% warmed up. We can take this first pair at a nice like warm up pace. So let's go ahead and get going. We're going to go ahead and do some big arm side shuffles, which is just what it sounds like. We're going to have big arms right in front of us while we are shuffling to the side. Now, when it beeps again, we're going to go directly into toy soldiers. That is our pair of exercises here. For toy soldiers, we're going to have your hands up over your head, reaching your opposite hand down towards your opposite kicking foot. And what we're going to do is be thinking about continuing to warm up. Here we go with those toy soldiers. Oh, and so for me, that means that I'm stretching out those hamstrings that still feel a little bit tight. This is the great news about a cardio workout. Literally, the entire thing can be a warm up. And I mean that in the way that, not that you're going to go on and do something else, but just that you don't ever, here's 20 seconds of rest. You don't ever have to hit some super high heart rate. You don't ever have to go crazy with this one. Technically speaking, this is a HIIT workout. It's not really high intensity, but it's a high intensity interval training. When it beeps again, by the way, we're doing those big arm side shuffles again. But what we're doing is we're working and resting. We're working and resting. So your heart rate is going to come up while we're working. Here we go with those big arm side shuffles. Your heart rate is going to come up while we're working, and then during the rest, it'll come down a little bit, which means that technically speaking, you could work a little bit harder during the work intervals, but because we're aiming for a MIT workout, a moderate intensity, here we are with those toy soldiers for the second and final time, we don't really ever need to go crazy. Now, I know that if you are coming from a HIIT background, you are thinking, but Paula, if I don't get my heart rate up high enough, How in the world will I lose weight? How in the world will I gain fitness? How in the world will I get to where I want to go fitness-wise with any of my goals? Here's 20 seconds of rest. Okay, I'm going to answer that question, but first we're going to talk about butter kickers. Okay, your hands are going to start in the up position. As they come down, we're kicking our booty. Okay, I can do this. I can totally do this. This is why I made it the first exercise of this pair. There was no way in the world I was going to be able to transition into this. So hands up. Hands are going up and down directly in front of your body. As your hands come down, we're kicking up one foot behind us like our booty kickers, just like we did for our warm-up. And this is still kind of a warm-up pace. So for those of you who have never seen this before, this is a combination of two exercises. I'm going to tell you first of all that we're doing upside down jacks next. So hands up overhead. As your hands are doing jumping jacks, your lower body is just doing a nice big step out to the side. Your core is pulled in tight, of course, as we do. But so the butter kickers, I did them accidentally one time last month during the month of March. And I didn't mean to. Here's 20 seconds of rest. But I got so many comments about, oh, that would be a great exercise. Obviously, I had to try to. I have an exercise called butter churns, which does the hand motion, but we do a kick out to the side. And I have a couple of exercises where we do booty kickers. This is the first time I've done them both together like this. I'm going to think about it. Hands start in the up position. And here we go. As we're pushing down on the dynamite, or churning that butter, which this isn't really what butter churning looks like. Butter churning is all done by a machine. But anyways, while we push down, booty is being kicked. When it beeps again, we're going to do upside down jacks. You guys, I'm pretty sure that this one's going to make it into the rotation again. Here we go with upside down jacks, because that was pretty fun. I do enjoy making up new exercises. These upside down jacks, we're really thinking about taking a big actual step out to the side. You're kind of trying to throw yourself off a little bit as we're working our inner and outer thighs, even while we're doing cardio. Here's 20 seconds of rest. Okay, and that was the end of that pair. When it beeps again, we're doing twisting kicks. Pretty much exactly what it sounds like. We're going to twist our upper body while we're kicking with our lower body. We're going to twist into the kick. So we're really working our abs and obliques. And yes, while we're doing our twisting kicks, here we are, I'm finally going to answer that question about how in the world will we get where we want to go when we are doing moderate work. My friends, when it beeps again, by the way, we're doing windmill tap backs. Hands are wide, feet are wide. We're reaching our opposite hand down towards our opposite foot while that same foot taps back. The thing about moderation, my friends, is it is the magic. Here we are with windmill tap backs. It is the magic that keeps us coming back to exercise day to day. Now I know that some of you, some of us, some of me, have tried very hard for very many years to exercise intensely every single day because we thought, here's 20 seconds of rest, we thought that that was the best way to get fitness results. You had to go, 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 go. Except that I actually already knew that you couldn't go, go, go. Anyways, when it beeps again, we're doing twisting kicks again. I knew that you had to take like rest days and some days heavier and some days lighter and kind of make your interval training more like intervals. Here we go with twisting kicks. But what I found is that I was getting more and more tired, and I was gaining weight, and I was getting injured. Not really injured, but I was getting sore in a way that I wasn't very happy about. I was feeling run down. I was not feeling my best, and I was still trying to pick it up on some days. Here we got those windmill tap backs. Second and final time. I was trying really hard to keep doing what I was doing and see if I could get different results. And I'm laughing because, I know that you know that if you keep doing the same things, you're going to keep getting the same results. You don't get different results by doing the same things. Here's 20 seconds of rest. So what I had to do was something different. And what I found, what I discovered for myself, what I've been sharing with you for about 2 years now, is that doing a little something moderately every single day is the way to keep coming back to it. When it beeps again, we're doing low swinging heel digs. What that means, your hands are actually going to swing pretty high. It's just that they're not swinging up over your head like a rainbow. They're swinging side to side below. And we're going to do a heel dig at the same time. So you're just tapping your foot out, tapping your heel on the ground in front of you. When it beeps again, we're going to be doing squat jacks. If you would rather not squat, you don't have to. You can do any other kind of non-jumping jack that you like. Honestly, you could do any kind of anything that you want. Okay, hands are down. When your hands are down, your hips are down. I don't know what I'm doing. I'm doing something kind of backwards here. I'm stepping out a little bit to the side, a little bit too wide when I'm doing these squat jacks. Let me modify this for myself and make it slightly less wide. When your hands are down, your hips are down. When your hands are up, your hips are up, was what I was trying to say. It's been a while since I've done squat jacks, apparently. That felt a little awkward for me. But maybe I'm just a little awkward today. I mean, that would not be beyond me. Anyways, when it beeps again, we're doing those low swinging heel digs in the squat jacks for the second and final time. This is the magic of the repeating, no repeat, you guys. We can do anything twice for 20 seconds at a time, even if it feels awkward, even if it doesn't transition well, even if it's just like kind of a little bit weird. It's totally good. And honestly, this is what I was saying. This is totally good. It doesn't really matter when you are doing something moderate every single day. You're coming back to it every single day. Okay. When your hands are up, your hips are up. When your hands are down, your hips are down. So you're doing jumping jacks with no jumping with your hands, and you're doing squats with your lower body, or literally anything else you'd like to do. You could be any kind of kicking, any kind of, honestly, any exercise at all. Here's the thing about it not mattering. I tell you all the time that it doesn't really matter what one exercise we're doing. Here's 20 seconds of rest. It also kind of doesn't matter what workout you're doing from day to day. It is the cumulative effect of working out a little bit every single day that gets you where you want to go. When it beeps again, we're doing shooting stars. So we're reaching out to the side while the opposite leg is flying out the opposite side. If you've been around here for a while, you might know something that looks kind of like this, like disco dancers, except normally we're just tapping that foot. This time, we're letting it fly, really kind of using those booty muscles, pulling in your core, of course. Reaching across your body really means, oopsies, excuse me, we're doing double knees now, both hands up, doing 2 knees on one side, 2 knees on the other side. That 20 seconds got away from me. Double knees on one side and double knees on the other side. Hands going up and down to meet your knees in the middle, 2 times on each side, and then twisting over 2 times on the other side. Whew, doggies, 20 seconds of rest. You feeling that mitt magic now? The 20 seconds of rest really feels good. I noticed that during the day, I started to warm up a little bit, and now I'm starting to move a little bit faster. This is what happens when we get rest, and this is something that I want you to think about. When it beeps again, we're doing those shooting stars again. You know, so often when we do any kind of a workout where we're going the entire time and we don't have much rest, we think a lot more about moderating our pace. Knowing that you have rest coming kind of makes you work a little bit harder. It's a little bit weird. It's these things that we do very unconsciously. Here we go with double knees, 2 knees on one side, 2 knees on the other. But we should still be thinking about keeping our heart rate at a nice moderate rate. What that means is that you should be able to speak in complete sentences like me. But you should also feel it. You should definitely feel that your heart rate is up a little bit, maybe a little bit of sweat, not a ton. You don't have to work hard, and in fact, the harder you work, the harder it is to lose weight. And possibly the harder it is to meet your other fitness goals. When it beeps again, we're doing punch down tap outs. Literally what it sounds like, we're punching down, and on that same side with that same foot, we're just tapping that foot out to the side, and then we're gonna punch down and tap out on the other side. And then we're pairing that, oh my gosh. Okay, so this one is gonna be an awkward transition. We're pairing that with something I call dancing frogs. Okay, a dancing frog it's the Warner Brothers cartoon from Bugs Bunny. Hello, my baby, hello, my honey. So you've got one hand going overhead while the opposite foot is kicking out in front of you. So it's just a little jazz hands thing that we've got going on here. It just reminds me of that singing frog from that Bugs Bunny cartoon, which is why I call it dancing frogs. And that, my friends, is how I name my exercises. I think of what they remind me of, 20 seconds of rest. Sometimes it's a memory from my childhood. Sometimes it's just describing exactly what we're doing. Welcome to my mind. It beeps again. We're doing those punch down tap outs again. And you guys, here's what I was saying about getting where you want to go or not with working too hard. The thing about working too hard is that it's right there in that sentence. It's too hard. At this age, we still can do everything. I mean, literally everything. When it beeps again, you guys, we're doing those dancing frogs for the second and final time. It might be awkward to transition into it or out of it. Don't worry about it. We're just doing our best. Opposite hand up, opposite foot kicking out. I've got a little bit of jazz hands going off to the side there. Can you see the little frog in your mind? I don't remember his name. Oh my gosh. Somebody's going to tell me in the comments. Something or other J Bullfrog or something like that. When it beeps again. Oh, here's 20 seconds of rest. The thing about doing too much is that our bodies can still do everything. When it beeps again, I'm scooting over for a reason. We're doing push, push, crunch. We're gonna push to the side 2 times, and then we're gonna sweep it on over our heads into an oblique crunch. So bringing up that opposite knee into a crunch. So push, push, and crunch. Push, push, and crunch. The problem at this age isn't that we can't do things. We 100% can. It's that we don't recover as fast as we used to. When it beeps again, we're doing alley-oops. Again, this one has a bit of lunging. If you don't want to, do literally any other exercise in the world. We're gonna stand with our feet nice and wide. We're gonna swoop our hands up and over, down into a lunge on one side, swoop your hands up and over, pivoting, pivot. All my friends of a certain age who watched TV in the 90s know exactly what that one was from. All kinds of good references today, you guys. When it beeps again right now, we're going to take 20 seconds of rest. You notice how we're working a little bit hard enough that this 20 seconds of rest feels just right. This is how we keep it moderate. This is how we help our bodies not have to go through that super recovery process. When it beeps again, we're doing push, push, crunch. I'm gonna scoot over just a little bit. We're gonna push and crunch. Swoop it on over, swoop it on up. The thing about slower recovery, again, not in and of itself a problem. I mean, okay, so I recover slowly. So what? Well, my friends, recovery is a really important thing that your body needs to do. When it beeps again, here we are with those alley-oops. Feet are nice and wide. Swoop to one side, down into a little bit of a lunge. Swoop to the other side. If you don't want to lunge and you can't think of something else to do, just don't. Like, just pivot from side to side. Sweep your hands up and over. It's always up to you to do as much or as little as you want. Having your hands up overhead brings your heart rate up, literally no matter what else you're doing. Here's 20 seconds of rest. When it beeps again, we're doing can-cans. It's a knee and a kick on one side, and then a knee and a kick on the other side. The thing about your body not recovering means that it stays in this low-level state of stress. Exercise is stress, and that's not necessarily a bad thing. It's how your body actually gets better at things. Here's a knee and a kick, and a knee and a kick. Your body needs a little bit of stress in order to make improvements. A little bit like, hey, a moderate amount? What? When it beeps again, we're doing Pretzel Jacks, which means that our hands are doing jumping jacks. Our lower body is forming like part of a pretzel. So one foot is coming up towards, whatever, your knee, your thigh, your shin, your ankle, whatever. You're twisting it in so that you're working that inner and outer thigh. Core is pulled in tight. Of course, we're still breathing. Of course, we're having fun, right? Right, you guys. When your body has a little bit of stress, it can totally recover from it. When it has that low-grade stress that chronically doesn't get relieved, all kinds of, honestly, kind of terrible things happen. When it beeps again, we're doing those can-cans and those Pretzel Jacks for the second and final time. And I don't mean to sound dire, I really don't. But there are some things that can happen, here we go with can-cans, that can be dire. Chronic low-grade stress is actually like one of the leading causes of different kinds of diseases. There are metabolic diseases that you can get from your body not clearing stress. And totally the least of it, but the thing that we notice is that if we don't clear stress, here we go with Pretzel Jacks. If we don't clear stress, our body starts to gain weight. The one and only way that our body ever dealt with stress, like way back when we were like basically first human beings, the only time we had stress was when there was a famine. So your body responds as though no matter what you are doing, like your boss is a jerk, life is difficult, here's 20 seconds of rest, you're exercising too much, whatever, it still responds as though there is a famine, so it stores fat so that you can stay alive. When it beeps again, you guys, oh my gosh, we're almost done at the end here. In fact, we are. We're coming up and next is skiers. Hands are gonna go up and down in front of you one at a time while your feet shuffle back and forth underneath you. Allegedly, you're doing your opposite hand and opposite foot. I mean, sometimes I am, sometimes I'm not, don't worry about it. Pull in your core, do your best. Be moving when your hands are a little bit up over your head. Your heart rate's coming up anyways. If you are moving literally at all, your heart rate is coming up. When it beeps again, we're doing forward hinge arm flappers. Feet are about hip width apart. Hands are doing jumping jacks while your lower body, let me turn to the side, is doing what is essentially a deadlift. You are hinging forward at the waist rather than bending over. So you're pushing your hips back, pulling your hips forward, pushing your hips back, pulling your hips forward. Really thinking about driving this motion from your butt, my friends. When it beeps again, we're gonna get 20 seconds of rest. That feels lovely, doesn't it? We're gonna do that pair one more time. I had 2 fingers up, but it's really only just the one more time. Skiers are coming up next. So my friends, the way to clear stress is to give yourself the right amount of stress, meaning not too much. Here we go with skiers, and it means that you're minding all of the stress in your life. If you are exercising, then we really need to be very careful about any other stress that we have in our lives. We're managing our mindset. When it beeps again, we're doing that forward hinge arm flappers. Doggies, my friends. This is our last pair of exercises. Let me turn to the side so you can watch. My butt pushes back, my butt pulls forward. This is how we drive this motion. We're not bending at all. Our lower back is nice and straight because our core is pulled in. When it beeps again, we are done. Oh, but we are not quite finished. I am going to give you 20 seconds of rest. We're going to get our heart rate under control a little bit because, of course, we're going to practice some balance. In fact, today is going to be a super fun one. We're going to do balance on one side and then the other, so a whole interval on one side. We're doing high hand, high knee hold. I'm going to start by having my left foot on the ground just so I can get it over with because it tends to be the less strong side for me. Your hands are both going to go up overhead while your knee also comes up. Here's what you're thinking about. Your core is pulled in super duper tight. Your standing leg, your knee is soft but strong, which means your thighs are engaged. Your shoulder blades are engaged because you've got your biceps all the way next to your ears. Your abs are engaged. Your toes are unclenched. And here we go on the other side. Hands stay up. How about that? Heart rate stayed up a little bit because of those hands being up overhead, but this is just the right amount of stress. This is the exact right amount of work for you to manage your brain, to manage your weight, to manage your fitness, and frankly, to manage your life. You know, doing a little bit of exercise, we're gonna cool it down now. Doing a little bit of exercise, you know, this feels good, doesn't it? Let's go ahead and do some arm circles. At whatever height feels good for you. I mean, I know my heart rate came up pretty good. It was just right for me, my moderate today, but maybe that was a little bit high for you. You can keep your hands a little bit lower in order to keep your heart rate coming down, 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 my friends. My friends, what a good time that was for me. I really hope that it was for you too. Now let me tell you again and again and again, this was enough. Moderate work done every single day is the way to get anywhere you want to go. A little bit of stress is the exact right amount of stress for your body to make adaptations, to recover from, and to get you to your goals. Let's go ahead and open it up nice and wide. Oh my gosh, stretch out your chest. And then close it up. Give yourself a big hug and a pat on your back. Oh, I love it. What a good job you did. Now here on screen, of course, I've got an extended cool down for you. I know I keep these super brief here, but you might like a couple more minutes. A little bit of walking, a little bit of stretching, really bringing your heart rate all the way down. I've also, on the other side of the screen, got the 5-0 method for you. Everything you need to know about how to lose weight at 50 and beyond. If you are new, or even if you're not new and you'd still like that daily reminder of these are the things that we do, this is how we do it, this is why we keep it moderate, this is why it's all gonna work out just exactly fine for you. And my friends, make sure you click that subscribe button and I'll see you tomorrow.